thing that was calling me was always fighting. So fighting was always like the last resort. Like, this is the last thing, because it's not realistic. Everyone tells you can't do it, or it's hard, or it's hard on your body. I mean, it is. Like, they're telling you the truth, but no one tells you, but why not go for it?
Base, earth shattering, got the plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules bend your set defenses? Try me if you wanna. We gon' move against the waves and blow you out the water. Cutting up the tides, calling that divide and conquer. I'm one of a kind, but the skies is a baller. Born out the terror era, hear of what the suns do. Y'all gon' see them raise like they taking out the sun.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a broke fighter. And I said, if I have to live in my car, I'll live in my car. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go hard for it. And I made a 5-year plan. I said, okay, at the end of the 5-year plan, I was like, if I don't have a future in this, I'll quit, I'll grow up. And if it doesn't work out, like, it's okay. Like, the 9 to 5 and what you're supposed to do will always be there. I was in a place where I was so lost in my life. Like, what's my identity? Like, I was basically like, this is my last resort. I need to find a place that's gonna make my career work. My original coach, very first coach, told me, hey, go to a mom and pop gym. Don't go to the biggest gym just because you think they're the best. Try like a little hole in the wall. Sometimes those are the best spots. So that's when I came into Phas3 in 2017, February. Yeah, and here, my career kind of took off. I came in saying, hey coach, very first thing I told him too, I was like, hey man, I want to be a fighter. I want to fight in like a month or something, or 2 months, something crazy, or like 3 months, something crazy like that. And I was like, I have fights, I have videos, and he's just like, dude, like, no, like, I don't even know you, you know?
He walked in the front door as a relatively sloppy, cocky fighter that, you know, just, he had dreams, you know?
Immediately I felt like, this guy's a good person, you know, something about energy, whether you believe in it or not, like, I just felt right. I was like, man, before I even stepped on the mat, I looked around and I sat down, watched the class, and people came over and talked to me. I was like, man, this guy created a great community, great, speaks well, inviting. I was helped right away. And then just like, hey, you're here, I'm gonna give you attention. Like, you know, I didn't feel overlooked or overshadowed by the big fighters that were here. You know, the people that had more experience. I felt included. Not everyone is so welcoming, and not everybody is going to just really try to bring you up to speed and help you accomplish your goals right away, like they do here. And then coming here, and I'm like, yeah, I just need someone to give me a chance. And coach gave me the chance. Sometimes nobody believes in you, but you just need that one person to believe in you. And I found that here.
We have this fight coming up in Union City. Robbinson will be fighting a gentleman named Joey Sipliak. There's a lot riding on this fight. Robbinson, for so long, has been overlooked and underestimated in the industry, and he's had to scrap his way just to get noticed. But in the recent months, he's had this meteoric rise. Fight after fight, he keeps winning fights that people just don't expect him to win. So finally, he's in a position where people understand that he is the top-ranked welterweight in America right now. And when he fights and hopefully beats Joey Sipliak, he's going to be in position to fight for the national title in New York. So yeah, we're all feeling it. There's a lot riding on this fight. When we go through a fight camp, we've got a 6-week fight camp on average. And a week before we have to get on the scale and do the weigh-ins, we do what we call a shark tank. Typically in my gym, when we spar, we do technical sparring. And technical sparring is, you know, it's at speed, but it's safe. We don't hit each other hard. Shark Tank is actually pretty different. A Shark Tank is, we get my fighter, in this situation that'd be Robinson, in the ring, and he does 6 rounds, hard rounds, intense rounds. And every round you put a fresh fighter in to fight him. So every single fighter that goes in is fresh. They haven't done any rounds. But Robinson has got to fight the best in my gym each round, heavy sparring. And yeah, by the end of those 6 rounds, you see a lot of physical and emotional duress on your fighter. And that's as close as we can get to simulating what that real fight is going to be like.
It's funny when you think like you're so tired you can't do it, and then coach asks you, hey, I need you to do this, and you do it, and you're like, well, you like amaze yourself. And I think that's really powerful, just realizing that the end isn't really the end, and you're like a never-ending work in progress, because you're like, oh, okay, I'm done. It's like, no, you can be better. You can be better. There's like layers to it.
I get it. I couldn't overthink it. My fighters always make weight. And what that means is, prior to a fight, yes, we have to agree on, the opponent, for instance. Yes, we accept this fight with this person, but the next conversation is, what weight are we going to fight at? Part of that negotiation is figuring out what's the best weight for my fighter to fight at and not be at a disadvantage. So we agree on a fight, and then we agree on the weight, and then we've got 6 weeks to make sure that my fighter makes that weight. The weigh-ins are the day when the fighter usually has about 24 hours of no food or water, and also frequently they have to spend some time in the sauna where we squeeze out even more water out of this person so that they can make the agreed upon weight when they step on the scale. So you have a room full of fighters that are hungry, dehydrated, and filled with anxiety, and they're all just standing there waiting to get on the scale, to do the face-off, and then they can have a drink of water. So the weigh-ins tend to be pretty intense.
I feel like I'm the fighter he's been looking for, and he's the coach that I've been looking for, because it's like this is a guy that deserves to be like getting Coach of the Year awards and like having big name fighters, but people think like you build somebody up, like small gym is like a stepping stone. Like I'm gonna get big, and then I'm gonna go to the big gym, the name brand gym that's gonna give me the big opportunities or whatever. So for me, I'm like, no, this guy is a great coach. He can take me where I want to go, and he gives 110%.
Over time, you're trying to build up this fighter and to get them to get where they want to be. Everything that goes through that process just gets you closer and closer to where I don't know any good coach that doesn't actually fall in love with their student. A fighter and a coach, it's very intimate, it's intense, but it's incredibly intimate. And then you watch what he's done, and watch what we've done together. I have the best job in the world because I get to sit ringside and watch him do stuff that he's been dreaming of his entire life. It's incredibly satisfying, like you spend this much time and this much emotional intensity with your fighter, you start to become closer and closer. As far as I'm concerned, somebody like Robbinson, he's just family to me. There's some people out there that think that you don't have what it takes tonight. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them, your opponent included. They believe that this guy's gonna come out there and he's gonna hurt you, and he's gonna beat you in front of everybody you care about. You know what I mean? And speaking honestly, on paper, I can understand why they think that. Because yes, he's good. And he has more fights than you do. He has more wins than you do. He has more titles than you do. And none of that shit matters. And here's why. What they don't get, Robinson, is that you've been here before, right? Like none of this is new to you. So you have been the underdog time after time, and then you topple giants, and you do it easily, right? And maybe someday this kid's gonna go on to be like one of the best. Fantastic, that's great. Not tonight. It's not his turn. It's your turn. So this is what I need. When you go out there and you climb into that ring where you will beat him, I need you to remember something. When the bell rings, this is not just some fight where two kickboxers are gonna beat on each other. That's not what this is. When that bell rings, you're the predator, he's the prey, and you're hungry. When that bell rings, champ, that's your dinner bell. And I'm giving you permission to feed. Do you understand me? So tonight I need you to go out there and eat this kid alive. Can you see that outcome in your mind? Can you feel it in your heart? Do you believe, mind, body, and soul, that you have the tools to make that a reality? Okay, I need you to go out there and make yourself proud. I love you, buddy.
Thank you, Coach.
Dinner time!
Yes, sir.
That 5-year plan is coming up, and I accomplished that. Basically my goal was, I just want to know if I have what it takes to be amongst the best in the world. And over the last 8 months, I've had 8 fights, picking up 3 titles and a silver medal. And I'm ranked #1 in the world in one organization, and I'm ranked top 3 in the nation for another one. So it's like working. So this like means so much to be able to live my dream. I'm actually living it against everybody telling me I can't. So, like it's like now everyone is hopping on board, and family even believes in me. Like you can see the pride when they're like, my son's a fighter. It's like, my son's a fighter. And the way people look at me now has changed. And I'm actually living the dream. Like I'm living it. And I just showed myself that that the end is not the end. It's just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 big rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All for your winner by unanimous decision. He will go on to fight Taj Rueda for the 147 title. In the red corner, Robbinson Galvez.
Listen up. Phase 3 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Robbinson!
All right, you threw a heavy kick. He checked it. You're good?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's your left shin?
Oh, good.
All right, how's your shoulder?
Good.
All right, looking good, man. All right, good. Next week, let's look at video.
Yeah.
And dive deep into like what we can change, what we can fix, and what we can keep improving on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 1.
Yes, sir.
You're number 1.
Yeah, we're number 1.
I love you, buddy.
Thanks, coach.
All right, let's go watch some fights.
Yes, sir.